And I have a pen with a teeny point so I can write tiny notes. But
all right, Aaron, let's push in.
Look at the little one next to it.
This is so cute.
It's so small.
It's the size of a laser.
That's ridiculous. Oh no, wait, is this one gonna go eat it?
Not in front of the kids. We'll have to leave before then.
I hope not. It's so small.
Look at all the fish behind me.
wow.
Yeah.
Some of the rail cameras, man. So yeah, all those little bumps on top will basically attach to things that swim into them. And then they can pass them into the mouth.
Is that so?
Are they different from the tube feed on bottom?
Yeah. Full wide. These little sea pens are cute. I think it might have been Osborne Bank, but we saw a double predation event where one fish went for another fish and then got eaten by a lingcod.
There's always a bigger fish.
Well, I don't think that they were going after the larger rockfish. I think they were both going after the smaller fish, and it was just timing because the fish did not quite fit in the cod's mouth.
It's a turducken of the sea.
Yeah.
And turducken. I don't think I've ever had a turducken.
They're difficult to make.
I'm gonna come up with a vegetarian turducken.
We have
Pumpkin
a
is
question
the
about
outer
our
shell.
watch schedule. So we all have 2 4-hour shifts throughout the day, adding up to a total of 8 hours.
Many of us also have off-watch duties as well.
Yes, a lot of planning
Like
goes into
dive
each.
planning,
Sample
interaction,
processing.
sample processing, data entering, Herc maintenance, and dive prep and post-dive.
Mapping.
Mapping.
Revisions to planning.
Getting woken up because something's weird.
Oh my, it was so calm this morning. I felt the ship turn, and I was in my bunk, and then went back to sleep, and then I realized, oh, I've got 2 bars on my AT&T signal. Oh no, the ship's not moving. Oh no, it's so calm. Are we in Drake's Bay? Oh no. I got up, it was totally dark. I'm like, where's the land? Where's the land? And I finally was able to focus. I'm like, oh, we're still pretty far offshore. It's just calm.
Yeah.
I was just, oh no, something happened in the middle of the night. The weather fell apart, and we had to go back into Drake's Bay.
Yeah, it's always
Can
one
we
of
get
the...
a zoom on one of those anemones?
Sure.
Thanks.
It's always one of the challenges is that, you know, you go to sleep thinking you know what the plan is, and then...
Yes. Yeah, let's get a close-up of the foot area.
Sure.
Those
Video,
are
let's
nice.
push in.
I
And
love
then,
the coloration on
yeah,
these.
it's pretty. And then after this, after the dust settles, a close-up of the disc, the oral, the mouth.
Wrong direction. All right, Aaron, let's push in all the way.
There's a crab in there.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, let's come wide. I think we can turn this way. Oh, just not enough. Okay. Hang on.
There's another one on the rock.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, Aaron, let's go ahead and zoom in.
kind of always closed up. Oh no, he's open.
Yeah, this one's open. The next one's
Yeah.
closed up.
I love the color.
Got something. All right, time to go.
Yep.
Full wide.
We have a viewer that's been watching since 6 a.m. and she says that she's really enjoying the dive today and excited to see all the kinds of krill and critters. Thank you for tuning in.
It's dedication.
It's definitely high biodiversity right now.
Bridget from the Netherlands. She has a question. She says, "You're not so deep this time, but sometimes you go to 2,000 meters or even deeper. Why have the fish down there still have eyes? In caves, fish have lost theirs over time, and down in the ocean is also no light at all." So she's looking for an explanation.
Where's that? I think that may be the
Another
same.
Another cable.
Yeah.
Cable line of some type.
Right.
Something we don't want to go near.
To answer the fish eye
There's
thing,
more up in the
more
right
of it, yeah.
corner.
there's bioluminescence that occurs, but we don't have cameras that are capable of picking it up at full ocean depth. Or when we're deeper. You know, even here you're not really getting a lot of any sunlight at 200 meters, but a lot of the fish do a migration, so they'll move a little bit more up towards the surface at times. Rockfish, not so much.
Thanks for tuning in, Bridget.
Yeah, I worked with a group that was studying deep sea fish eyes, or at least for collections with them. They're doing.
Charles from San Diego, what you're looking at is lots of krill.
About 10 minutes away from our target.
Oh, was there a question earlier about which fish will chase the lasers?
There wasn't a question,
Okay.
but it was just a comment that I made that I believe it was in one of the sanctuaries off the coast of California. There was a little yellow fish, kind of reminded me of a goby in shape, that would chase the lasers.
Yeah, Tom Leidig works for National Marine Fisheries Service, and he's done quite a bit of work down in the Southern California Bight on ROV work, and he's saying that black-eyed goby chases the lasers often. I do see some rockfish, shallower areas, adult rockfish following the lasers.
Is that a 3-armed sea star off to the left? Just off screen.
Oh,
No,
or wait,
they're two
no,
little
it's got
arms.
little baby arms.
it's regrowing.
Yeah.
It's the Nemo.
What predates on sea stars?
Larger sea stars.
Other sea stars, urchins.
It seems like a slow way to lose 2 legs.
No, no, the sea stars eat the urchins, that's right. I know gulls try to eat them.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how you lose 2 legs.
Crabs,
Yeah.
octopus. Sometimes they get a disease and they'll kind of melt away their arms. They can live through it. They'll
Right, wasn't there a
regenerate.
wasting disease that was going through?
Yeah, it hit several species of sea stars from Alaska all the way down to Baja.
Ah.
Some of the more shallower Pycnopodia haven't recovered completely, and so when the predators of the urchins kind of
die off, then
die
right?
off,
Because then
the
you had that
urchins
urchin
then-
wave that was
yeah.
wiping out the kelp forest as a result.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of urchins. A lot of urchins out competing the other grazers like abalone.
Brad from Florida again. He wants to know, he's working from home, and he put the live stream on in his background, and
algae.
he's incredibly relaxed and
Video push in.
informative. He would like to know if Paul has had a chance to practice the arm again.
No, not yet.
Not since yesterday.
That actually looks like it might be attempting to grow there, but that doesn't make sense.
Kelp.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh,
Maybe
thank
it's
you,
caught
Brad.
in this.
yeah, sponge.
It's got the ball caught in it. I forget what that's called.
That's the other arm.
I know. I might have pushed it. Is it okay?
It should be fine. Keep head disabled.
Okay.
Full wide.
We have a comment on how can I join the Nautilus. Actually, you can go to nautilus.org, and they're taking
NautilusLive.org.
nautiluslive.org, and make sure you
Yeah,
apply
it's an
there.
important distinction.
The internship's open again, and a lot of us who are on the Nautilus currently started as interns.
Ooh, yeah, let's play that
Actually,
game.
Four
Who started as
of
an
the
intern?
5 people in the front row filled out an application and ended up on the boat as a result.
Yep,
Intern.
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 Yeah, that's.
Current intern.
I'm current. So
Current intern.
Current intern.
about a night or two before I left, I checked the Nautilus Instagram, Nautilus Live Instagram, and there was a post saying, you know, will you be the next person to join us aboard?
And you're like,
I
yes.
was like, yes, I actually will
Yes,
be.
I am.
That was a test. You have to respond, otherwise you're not flying.
The airlines is like, nope, sorry, can't fly.
I see you did not respond yes.
It's a great opportunity. It's a really great one, so definitely go check it out.
Right, and I didn't end up on the Nautilus as an intern, but I ended up as a mate intern aboard another research ship, and it kind of opened my eyes even to this, that this whole world existed. The science, all the engineering and IT in support of the science, the video, navigation. There's a lot involved to make the science happen.
And you dive right in. I mean, my first year interning, I got to jump on the camera that was looking at bioluminescence. The intern that worked with me last year was the one who filmed the gulper eel. So you jump
Was
right
that
on.
Sarah?
Yeah.
She was an
Sarah.
intern last year?
Yeah, she was an intern last year. So you
She
really...
came back out too.
Yeah, she did. She was here right before
was
she
on
joined me in
NASA
Alaska.
Subsea.
Well, when I retire, I want to become Jamie's intern.
Sure, that's doable.
Yeah.
I heard Jamie's a tough boss.
Someone wants a Nautilus t-shirt.
I don't have an
I
answer
don't-
for that
I
yet.
don't know
Yeah.
how we can arrange that.
Yeah, they're not for sale because we're a non-profit organization, so we don't sell anything for
takes some-
cost.
Yeah, there's been talks about someday, but mostly it's for the
But
people who sail.
it's a paperwork thing because you can do it and then,
What else
but
we
somebody
got?
has to be responsible for it. You know, like we could use it to fund
Something.
small purchases for the ship. Like the store on the Oki
Yeah.
is what bought their espresso machine.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So if Allison's listening.
That's what our XBT wire is.
Yeah. Starting up that collection. How much you got?
Well, we already cashed in one, but did you hit? I'll tell you a little bit about that.
We have another comment. Someone would like to know how far through the Nautilus research are we?
What was the question? How far?
How far through the Nautilus research are you guys? So I guess they want to know.
I mean, we're close to the end of the
Yeah.
2019 expedition season.
Yeah, we're closer to the end of the expedition season.
I have a.
Brandy, you're going to need to turn up your volume. I can barely hear you.
Okay.
Or move your mic closer.
Can you hear me?
People love moving their mics.
That's good.
Alrighty.
I have a slightly different answer in that research is an endless process of discovery, and we're never going to be done.
Oh man, that was a good answer.
Great answer.
I mean, I'm going to be done in like 50 minutes. At least until 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay, we're about 50 meters away from our target. We should start to enter this red zone again.
Follow the
See
fish.
if there's
The fish
if
know
we
the
see
way.
a noticeable difference here or not.
Jamie, this question might be for
I
you.
don't see anything really in
Do you have
sonar
some kind
yet.
of pressurized tank where you keep some of your samples?
We don't on the Nautilus. We preserve ours in ethanol and send them ashore for studies of their genetics and morphology, but there are certain scientists in other research groups that do keep pressurized tanks for deep water species and bring them back to their labs for studies of behavior or reproduction, that type of thing. So we don't do that here, but other groups do that.
Jamie, were you on board when we collected the corals and got them, and then small boated them immediately off of the ship?
No. So did a
to
group
lab?
have some pressurized
No, it
containers?
wasn't pressurized. They were shallow enough that it had been done before without needing to do the pressurization, but
They kept them alive,
Were they
though?
trying
Okay, that's
Kept
kept
awesome.
them
to
alive.
recolonize them? And
Yeah, I think a general rule is if you recover a species from above 1,000 meters, they're typically okay without pressurization, and below that, if you want to keep them alive, you probably do need to put them in a pressurized chamber.
And you're talking about invertebrates, right? Not fish, because
Yeah.
fish need
Yeah.
to be brought up pretty slowly to be kept
that
alive.
tube worm there?
Yeah. Aaron, tube worm.
It's a sizable tube worm.
It is. I don't see anything else like it around it that we've seen so far.
Some chitons in the background.
Now that I think is a rosy.
Hmm.
I'll wait for a comment from rosy rockfish from Tom, because it has a little purple forehead.
Do you want me to hold position over this red bit to explore it, or keep
Full wide
going?
there.
We can keep moving.
Okay.
We got some good photos.
Yeah, I forget which scientist it was, but he was also the one who pushed for us to upgrade from red lasers to green lasers. And at one point we actually had red lasers and green lasers. And
I've seen some photos with one red and one green.
That was for the Christmas special.
all right, so here's
Yeah,
that,
this is this
Here's
one.
that
harder
feature?
return. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to head down to the elephant and Santa hat down there? In the bottom right.
I see it,
on a
Rennie. I
move.
see it.
I see it.
Wow.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go on down. Oh, what's this? Oh, we have an anemones.
We can cross through this whole section.
I saw them
and
off
then
in the
we'll go.
distance. I'm like, ooh, coral, no. Kind of in between.
Aaron, let's push in.
Oh, there's some cool worms just to the bottom of the screen.
Tube worms?
Yeah, tube worms. Their plumes
Whoa.
are out. It's wet,
Whoa.
red and white mixed.
Yeah, those are cool. Is that what that is?
I scared a fish. Right, we need the fish to come back and
Yeah.
clean up his mess.
Was that confirmed? It is a tube worm?
Yes.
There's your answer. Someone from the live feed says that it's their favorite invertebrate. Nice.
All right, Aaron, let's come full wide. Let's get back out in the lead.
Yeah.
So I was incorrect on that Rosie. It is another rose thorn rockfish. It was another, yeah. They look very similar, and I typically think of having purple on the forehead with the spots, white spots on the side.
I think you have to count the number of spots, though.
Yeah, you have to count the number of spots, and you have to look for a little bit more green on the Rosie. You know, I know like 400 different species of birds. So I'm really working hard on my rockfish.
That's impressive.
Okay, you want to head down to these spots? Or do you want a bigger picture view?
Let's get me back out in front.
The elephant and the Santa hat.
Yeah.
That's so good. When you said it, I'm like, where? I'm like, oh, yeah, right there.
You go down there?
I think that's a yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I didn't know you were talking to me.
No, no worries. Bridge now.
Yeah, so we're going to probably bring our heading to like 150.
Bridge, nav. Let's hold position here. Thank you.
Someone on our live feed would like to know, how often do you guys physically go in the deep instead of using cameras?
And then Bridge, if we could do Step 40 meters, bearing 175.
75.
Thank you.
Does you guys mean scientists in general or us specifically as individuals?
He
Because we
didn't
don't do it very often.
specify.
Well, Jan, never. It's too cold.
You can
I'm
add
a wimp.
brandy to that.
And plus, you know, scuba diving. When I scuba dive, nowadays I only scuba dive to about 100 feet. That's about it. And only in warm waters. Oh, that's a beautiful larvation house.
It's
Yeah.
just floated
Yeah.
through Argus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been down in a research submersible. That was very cool.
Were you in Alvin?
Yep.
Nice.
What?
Oh, that's so
I didn't know that,
cool.
Jamie. When'd you do that?
Casual drop
Oh
there,
gosh,
Jamie.
don't ask me hard questions. Several years ago during my PhD, I went out on 2 cruises. And that's actually where I met my husband.
So how many Alvin dives have you been on?
That's a very
7.
romantic
Yeah, like whatever
story.
about the husband.
Seven.
Yeah,
How many
7.
Alvin dives?
7. 7.
How deep?
It ranged from a few hundred meters to 2,000 plus.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's so
That's
cool.
cool. What was it like?
The most amazing thing ever. It was awesome. I loved watching the bioluminescence out the window as we descended down, and
That's really cool.
it gives you a different perspective to see things in 3D. So,
Where were you located?
Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah. So on Alvin, did you get a seat or did you have to like lay down on the floor under a panel?
So they've recently redone Alvin a few years ago to make it a little bit of a bigger sphere. It always holds 3 people. It did that before. Now there's
Video
a little
pushing.
bit more room. That's
Oh,
interesting.
wow. Looks a little odd.
So there's a pilot
Oh,
seat,
back.
which is sort of a stool that
Ooh.
you crouch down on.
It's got a little growth of something.
Yeah.
No.
Showing it off for us.
Full wide. Yeah, some of the fish do have scars or other.
Which type of rockfish was that?
I think
I'm
that
not
was
even
a.
gonna try to guess.
I'm gonna get a ID from Tom,
Oh, it's that
but
one
I
right
think
in
it's
front of us.
yeah, it's that one right in front
So
of
it'd
us.
be a canary again?
I think that's a yellow eye.
No,
It had a yellow.
be wrong
Eye.
both times.
It's a carry with a melanism on him.
Melanism.
Many fish can get this, often seen in boccaccios. It's a canary, very good.
Jan, someone says, amazing clarity. Wish I had an intelligent question for you all, but fun to watch. And they say, hi, Jan.
Hello.
Bridge snap.
All questions are intelligent questions.
We can add one more step to this. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that to Paul at the beginning. I'd prefer him to ask me a question that he thought was a stupid one than to have to maybe fix something later, or, you know.
Wonder how many krill are going to be in the Niskins.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, if we want to catch some krill, we can just take a Niskin.
Yeah.
So all the other fish swam away. This fish is just like hanging out sideways.
Maybe it's not feeling good today.
Well, it is
Taking a nap.
moving its gills,
Yep,
so
still
it is
alive.
alive. I know in deeper depth, the rockfish move very, very slowly, if
There
at
he
all.
goes.
So Jamie, how long would you stay under in the Alvin?
It varied, but the longest was 9 hours, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. When I worked for Harbor Branch, it was kind of set up that if there was an empty seat in one of the Johnson Sea Links, one of the ship's crew could take it. And so I was next in line and told to go and get my jacket, and went and got my jacket, and then they decided that somebody else was, that one of the scientists was going to take the seat.
Bummer.
They had originally turned it down, so I was like saying there with my jacket ready to climb in. They're like, oh, no, we're going to do somebody else. I'm like, "No."
I've gotten to the point where I'm not comfortable in small spaces like that with weird air, caves,
and
like
lots
caves,
of water above you.
and yeah, it just starts
Well,
caves
airplanes have weird air too.
It's
Don't
much
Never
more
ruin-
open.
never
Don't
gonna
ruin
fly again.
airplanes.
But I was doing a few puddle jumpers between places in Africa, and I did have.
Yeah, let's come down a
I
little
was
bit.
on a jet, and I did have to sit on the aisle seat. I could not sit on the window seat because the bulkhead was so close to my head. I was like, switch seats with me, please.
Down to 20.
Yeah.
I typically like the window seat, and John likes the aisle seat. Yeah.
Oh, all the krill is actually kind of giving me a headache. It's like hard to focus on anything. Oh,
Oh, crew pulling up.
got our escort again.
Jan Katie from GFA, she wants to know, is this depth too shallow for flat-nosed fish?
I think so. I can look
Yeah.
it up. Katie's one of our educators.
Oh, okay. Welcome, Katie. Thank you for tuning in.
And I swear, our educators are awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love educators. We're the best.
Cauliflower.
Matridium anemone.
Is that for lunch?
It's about the same size.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thank you,
there's two
Tom.
there.
Yeah, Katie, Tom Leidig from National Marine Fisheries Services. Yes, no Pacific flatnose at this depth. And the ID guide that Tom created for us, he doesn't call them flatnose in there. I have to look it up, what they're actually called. They have a couple of different names. Slickhead, I think.
We have Aram from
Yeah,
Turkey.
Slickhead.
Do you guys ever bet on the
Aaron,
data
let's
you're
push
going
in.
to collect?
Do we? Well, Rennie, I think you won the last bet.
Yeah, sometimes we
Aaron,
bet.
can we zoom in on those? I've seen those on these skates before. They're like little parasites.
Hmm.
Oh, on the nose.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of them.
Let's see if we can find them again.
I think it's a long nose skate.
All right, Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah,
and
I've
zoom
seen
in.
them sometimes just totally covered with these little parasites.
Come on.
Wow.
Stay still. So this is the start of the red stuff, so I can kind of start heading east.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, start to explore to the east. We're still moving Argus south, and then we'll just move the whole operation east once we get down there. But ship's kind of stuck.
So Tom, I'm looking at your entry. The fine scale mora, that's another name for the slickhead, the flat nose. And the long nose skate can have copepods or leeches as parasites. So Tom, do you think those were leeches or were they copepods attached? They were very similar to what I've seen before
More reflective.
on the long nose
Yeah,
skates.
so, and we're towards the end of the season, but at the beginning of the season and sometimes halfway through, we'll retape. We'll put some highly reflective tape on it.
So it's easier
But
to
then
see.
it just gets scraped up as the season goes on.
Cool.
I'm going to do a quick DVL reset.
Ooh, yeah, they look like leeches.
Okay.
Just want to wait for a ping.
So now I know that leeches are not just in
Okay.
rivers and lakes and that type of thing. They are also apparently in the deep sea. Yay.
Oh, they're also in the jungles of Borneo.
I don't expect to ever be there,
Yeah,
so
I've had
I'm
'em on me.
not quite concerned about that.
I want to go to Borneo.
They don't hurt, they just creep you out.
Well, they, what is it, their saliva is,
Yeah, it's like a painkiller. What do you call it? The painkiller. Oh, pretty image. Look at all these fish.
all right, so let's bring your heading around. I'm gonna slide south a little bit more.
Oh, wrong way.
Kay from Arizona would like to know, when processing samples, do you ever put back the parasite animals, like the brittle stars on the coral?
We don't consider those parasites, we consider those associate organisms, and we preserve those as well because they can be informative for multiple different angles of research, including what types of relationships form between different organisms in the deep sea. For example, some corals only have a certain species of brittle star associated with them, or that type of thing. And you can also do genetic studies on them to find out distribution information, that type of thing. So those are still useful pieces of information we can collect from the associated organisms that are on the primary sample that we collect.
Awesome.
Oh, that's good. We'll bring you all the way to 090.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still unknown, right, Jamie, exactly how the associates find their coral?
That's correct, yeah. Especially when it's like a single species and you find that same species scattered around a wide area only on that specific coral. How they find their new host is definitely
Right,
a question.
and there's usually, you know, like there's a coral that has a single shrimp usually associated with it, so I don't remember where it is, but it was one of the Italogorgia.
Yeah, and I've seen a number of sponges, all the same type, that have a single shrimp living inside there.
Yeah, and they're
too.
like trapped in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes, yeah, depending on the type.
sponge.
Yeah.
They're like in little shrimp jail.
Yeah, they enter a lattice when they're small enough to fit between the different lines, and then they grow bigger and they can't get out, and so they live in there for the duration of their life.
Being stretched out. Should I come down in a couple meters?
No, I'm okay with it. Gives us a chance to get another peek at that.
Okay.
I have a feeling that there may actually be a wrap in the tether based on how it was mounted on the vehicles. So now the think I'd have to come up with a positive wrap. And I may make that call because we had the same, like when ours looped over the other night, and we had that honkle, it hadn't come out of the daisy chain at all, but it was, it's flipped over the same way as this one flipped over.
Yeah.
So I think I might call that we come up with a positive wrap. The real problem is I always have to figure out if that's an over-under or an under-over.
Do you have a sponge in front of us?
Yes, we do.
Oh, let's zoom in on that. The back row, we weren't paying quite close attention. Oh, sunglasses. Is that what that is? No, over to it's out of screen. Well, we can look at it later.
Video pushing.
I don't know what it was, but it kind of looked like sunglasses from this distance. There we go. So is this one of the...
I think it's an encrusting sponge.
There is one encrusting sponge that's on the list. I think this is too shallow for it, though.
Should we look for the sunglasses?
If we could hold here for just a second, I'm checking. No, this is not it.
Okay.
Okay.
Video full wide.
I don't know if those, I mean, it was
Time to find the
two
sunglasses.
round things. It'll be lower left. Right there. Is it,
Right under where I dusted.
is it a cucumber?
I don't see anything.
It's right behind the dust.
Yeah, that's standard.
It's right below the, it's probably a sea cucumber with something else in between. I swear, I thought it was sunglasses. Yeah, it's a sea cucumber.
Oh, I see the red. Yeah.
With the shadows coming
Yeah.
off.
All right, I'm gonna push back out.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are yellow. What's going on with the yellow on the stalk? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's usually the answer people give me. Well, why are harbor
What's that
seals
white
white
thing?
with black spots
It's
and
a
black with
closed
white
one of those
spots?
in
I'm like,
in-house.
oh,
Closed
because I
in-house.
have brown hair, green eyes, and you have brown eyes. Yeah.
Found the fish.
Nice.
Bridge nav.
Looks like more canaries.
Add one step.
Mhm.
Oh, can.
Yeah,
East. Thank you.
that was to be expected.
Human debris.
Oh, yeah.
What's that round thing?
Video
Right,
pushing.
the white.
Yeah, it's some kind of trash. Looks
The old
like a
can.
Can, yeah. 10 centimeters about.
Huh.
All right, let's come
Right.
full wide. Boy, the fish create quite their own dust cloud. We're almost through the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and see if I can hit the trunk.
I was hoping you would.
Doing okay over there?
What's the biggest animal we've seen thus far on the expedition?
Probably that big white octopus that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of hidden unless somebody saw a shark earlier. The biggest animal the vehicle has ever seen was that sperm whale in Gulf of Mexico.
I want to see a whale.
Right.
You guys see that fish that was just like speeding by?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. So fast.
We're the police to give it a ticket, the fish police.
Mm.
I don't know if those are a thing.
It's enough rockfish types. I'm sure one of them is the police.
Yeah. All right, so here's your more yellow stalked anemone. Aaron, you want to push in?
Very nice.
Full wide. Does look like occasionally it catches krill. I don't know if that's what it's going for, but there were one or two wriggling in the...
Krill would be a good food source for anemones.
Bridge nav. Let's add one
Ooh.
step. Thank you.
I guess we kind of bounced around the answer, but we don't, especially as an organization, go down. We have the vehicles.
Let's get a close-up of that sponge.
Yep. Video, let's push in.
And can you pan, tilt down and
Ooh.
maybe get the base? Oh, well, the base is buried. And just zoom out a little bit so that we get the entire animal. Where's the nudibranch?
Maybe.
Point to
I
it?
think that's an anemone.
Oh, underneath, yeah.
Aaron, push in all the way again. I'm not going to be able to line up on it. Yeah. All right, full wide.
Thank you.
How would you describe that shape, sponge?
I continue to call it a branched lobate. Yeah, branched lobate. Okay, yeah, a little short, stubby branches, lobes.
Kind of remind me of antlers.
Yeah, kind of like antlers, except for there was a lot more.
Yeah. Intense antlers. Oh my gosh, krill everywhere. The largest biomass we've seen is probably krill.
We have a question here. Are there any plans in the future to dive near the cans of nuclear waste that was dumped south of the
Aaron, let's
fair
go ahead and
lines?
zoom in.
Just to see if there were any effects. Question in our live feed.
Not any time soon. We
Oh,
have
there's
that
another
area
egg
pretty well
case.
mapped.
Nice.
We'll do some more mapping west to take a look and see where the majority of the barrels are. We have a lot of good records. And we have dove several times on the USS Independence, which was part of the atomic bomb testing in the South Pacific, which was scuttled in northern Monterey Bay Sanctuary long before the sanctuary
Okay, we need
was
to move
designated.
again. It's getting worse.
Awesome. I'm looking. I'm sorry. I'm looking at these
krill.
krill.
Goodness gracious.
Stop. Stop. Do you have spines along along the bottom?
I'm
Wow.
sure there'll be a krill
There's so
on the
many.
vehicle that you can look at once we recover.
Wow. Oh,
They're swarming the vehicle at this point.
this is great,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
I have a
they're
coworker who's very interested in krill,
definitely attracted to the
and
lights.
he's gonna love these krill video.
I think it was NA116-H1792-2019 that we had like a bait ball just swooping past. You could not see past any of the fish, but it was just, you know, the silver sheen.
Wow.
They were just kind of like swooping in, and you couldn't see anything but them. I think that was the same cruise as the krill. The last time we got too many krill.
Someone is asking, would krill react the same way using red or UV light?
I don't know.
Actually, I think Woods Hole is looking at alternate submarine lighting, and red is one of the things they're pursuing. There should be an article about that somewhere. I think John Howland's involved in that project.
All right, so we have finished those two red areas. We can
Yeah,
kind of explore them a little bit more if we want, or move on. Or I can sit still and we can see how many krill we can attract.
Yeah, let's get set up to go to that next little red spot there.
This one here?
Yeah, that one.
All right, so I'm going to drive back towards you a little bit.
Bridge nav. Let's have a step 40 meters bearing 135. Thank you.
And as I come by, we'll bring your heading around to 135.
Cool. Should I go around, undo the 6-8 wrap?
Which way do you need to go to undo the 6-8 wrap?
I think positive.
Well, go positive because we're going to 135.
Oh. No.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
So everything's good. And you're at 135. I'm going to get lined up.
We have Catherine from New Jersey. She wants to know how old are most of the interns who joined the team?
It ranges.
Yeah. Some are juniors or seniors in their undergrad years. Some are in grad school. And we've had some that are have a change of career later. later in life. Yeah.
There's not as much current here, which is one of the reasons that we're collecting the krill more. They're just everywhere.
I can't wait to go outside. It's so beautiful outside.
Is it?
And there's so much krill in the water, and see if there's some blue whales or fin whales around.
We saw a fin whale the other day.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
They are around.
probably 10 meters off of the side of the boat as we were steaming between dives.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Are the krill this dense through the whole water column?
No, the krill are usually in, bait ball really isn't the proper term, but they're in a mass. Sometimes there's just a really thin layer. But again, they typically stay 100, 200 meters, maybe a little 400 meters, really depends on the bottom topography during the day, and then they come up in the water column at night.
Aaron, you're free to mess around.
Cool.
And we use a glorified fish finder to really seek out acoustically in the water column and look at densities. And we can identify krill, and we can identify, you know, gelatinous zooplankton and copepods, fish, small schooling fish on the fish finder. And then with nets and net toes, we calibrate those acoustic signals.
Very cool, thank you.
All right, Aaron, I got time to move. Let's see if we can get out of this. We want to be at 50 meters at 12:45.
I'm just going ahead and inform the audience that it is time for our transition for watches. So we'll have new team members in the control room.
Brittany, can you set up the next little waypoint before you leave off shift?
Okay. And
let's
where should I
do one more step. Thank you. Sorry, what was that, Jen? Yeah, we got this this one right here, and then letting them know that we're gonna head down to there.
Awesome, perfect.
Okay, great.
So in a moment, if you notice there's some silence, it's because we're in transition. And we'll have new team members in the control room continuing on with our research. Thanks again for joining in.
Red dot and red dot. So that's Herc.